Hi there, I'm Shan with Lumen Insurance, here to shed some light on the next question. And it's a little bit sensitive, so I feel like it needs a little explaining, not only because I'm asking people about their income, and that can be a little awkward sometimes, but also I think you need to understand the exact number that I'm looking for. So I want to let you know, give you a little background. The Affordable Care Act, it is not a health care law. That is a tax law. And here's what they did. And I need to put your tax hat on for just a moment with me, because the law says that if you buy your health insurance plan through the marketplace, California, that's going to be Covered California. Nevada is going to be the Nevada Health Link. And in many other states, it's going to be healthcare.gov. But if you buy your health insurance through one of those avenues, you might qualify for a tax credit. But think about that for a moment. When do you normally qualify for a tax credit? At tax time, right? So what they're going to let you do is guesstimate how much you think you're going to earn this year. And then based on that guesstimate, we are going to pre-calculate what your tax credit would be. Okay? And we're going to divide that up against the months and apply it towards your health insurance plan. So that means you only pay the difference between the actual cost of the plan and the guesstimated tax credit we think you're going to get, right? That's all you have to pay. Now, if the dollar amount that we plug in is greater than what you actually earn, and we won't really know that until tax time, well, then you might have to pay back that tax credit. But if your income is actually lower than the number we put in, then you'll get more of that tax credit. They'll pay you at tax time, right? No harm, no foul in getting that number incorrect and getting off on that, but they will make you pay it back if you estimated your income too low and really you ended up making more money. And they're perfectly fine with you making payments on that money, but believe me, Uncle Sam's gonna tack on penalties and interest, and you don't really want that. So we do need to get as close as possible with your guesstimate. Okay, and anybody making up to 600% of the federal poverty level is going to qualify for a tax credit. So that's super encouraging. So we need your guesstimate to be your modified adjusted gross income. Now, that's kind of a difficult thing to explain. So the easiest way to look at it is just pull your adjusted gross income. We can get super close with that number. And you can find that on your tax return, your 1040. It's usually on the first page. Now, if you don't have that available to you, or if circumstances change from one year to the next, then if you're self-employed, you want to take your gross receipts, subtract all of your expenses from it, and your net amount is the dollar amount that's taxable. For those of you that collect a paycheck, then it's going to be your gross paycheck is the dollar amount we want. Now, if you are self-employed, you know that number you're trying to get as low as possible, right? Because you don't want to pay as much in taxes. So keep that in mind and try to figure out how much you actually write off and what is your net amount that you're paying taxes on, because that's the dollar amount I want. So we are also need to take into consideration your tax household, okay? Who else do you file taxes with? Who do you claim as a dependent? Do you have adult parents you claim as a dependent? Do you have adult children? Do you have children that don't necessarily live with you all the time, but you claim them as a dependent? Do you claim them this year? Your ex-spouse claim them next year, right? Those are all the things I need you to consider. And so the household size and modified adjusted income for everybody in the household is the dollar amount we want. So, all right, last but not least, this applies again only to people getting coverage through the marketplace or through Covered California. If you buy your plan direct from the carrier, you don't get a tax credit. But California passed a new law beginning January 1 of 2020, and now anybody earning between 400% of the federal poverty level and 600% of the federal poverty level are going to qualify for a tax credit. So that's encouraging. So I definitely want you to finish the last of this form, and we'll talk soon.